Hello crafty friends, and welcome to this little bonus heat embossing video. So last night I was playing with some embossing powder and I discovered a technique that I've not come across before, and I hope you can see how I've got these gold embossed butterflies in a pink embossed background and they're completely flush with one another. So I'll show you how I did this. Take a piece of cardstock and put some heat resistant double-sided tape on it, or double-sided sheet, whatever works for you. So I like to use this Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided sheet because it is heat resistant. Next, what you want to do is you want to take the release paper that you've taken off of your double-sided sheet and cut some apertures in it. I'm going to use this butterfly die and I'm going to place it on the release paper. This is the side that was originally stuck to the double-sided adhesive. This is the outside. So you put it on the outside because you're going to stick this back down to your double-sided adhesive. So you want to be able to peel this off again later. So I'm going to place that on there and die cut it. If you don't have any aperture dies like this, you can always use other dies to create an aperture look. I do have a video all about that, which I'll link below. Now you take the release paper off of that double-sided adhesive and then you place the die cut release paper back on top. And you can press it down. Don't get anything stuck to that exposed adhesive. So you can use this bit of release paper to press it down. So I've got here some metallic superfine copper embossing powder from Wow. And I've shaken that all over. There's quite a bit that is stuck to the release paper, but I can just brush that off. So we don't want to waste it. As you can see, the copper powder is stuck to the adhesive there. I'm going to take this bit of release paper again and just push down to make sure that's well adhered. Should be absolutely fine. And now I'm going to peel off that release paper. And I'm going to take another colour of embossing powder. This is dappled pink from Wow. Shake it all over. And now I can heat that with my heat tool. And then we have a flush heat embossed pattern within a heat embossed background. There's a couple of areas where some of the copper snuck under the release paper stencil, but I could get an embossing pen and just go over those to correct them a little bit. I'm going to use a die to cut this down into a smaller panel. So that's the one I did last night and that's the one I did today. I think the possibilities with this technique are endless. If you can cut a shape from a piece of release paper, you can use it as a stencil to do this flush embossing. And you can, because release paper tends to be pretty tough stuff, you can keep this and use it on a future project. Just make sure you get all the embossing powder off of it. And while we're here, I'll just quickly show you something else we can do with this technique. So put some double-sided adhesive on a bit of card again. Remove the release paper to expose the adhesive, and I'm going to keep all these bits of release paper somewhere safe. Now you don't need to use heat resistant double-sided adhesive for this. Any double-sided adhesive will work. Again, put your release paper back on your double-sided, press it down with a bit of spare release paper, and this time instead of embossing powder we're going to use glitter. So sprinkle your glitter all over, shake it off, burnish it down with another piece of release paper to make sure it's all stuck. Brush off any excess glitter. Carefully remove your release paper again and then sprinkle over another colour of glitter. Then place your release paper over the top again and give it a really good press and burnish. And that glitter really shouldn't go anywhere. I'm going to cut that down again. And there you go, a glittery one. This is one I did last night with gold and pink. You can keep the offcuts from die cutting down your panels because you could cut some circles out of that or punch some circles. and get some little enamel dots or use them as strips. And you could put these on the front of a card as backgrounds to some die cuts or stamped images, or you could simply add a sentiment. So do let me know in the comments if you're going to have a go at this idea. And if you found it inspiring or helpful, please do leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more from me, do subscribe and ring the notification bell. And I will see you back here tomorrow for another heat embossing video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.